The horror stories you know all share one comforting lie, that the universe cares about you. They're about monsters that want to hunt you, ghosts that want to haunt you. But the oldest and strongest fear is the fear of the unknown, the fear of a universe that doesn't even notice you're there. There are things swimming in the dark between galaxies, so ancient and so vast that a single glimpse of them could shatter the human mind. They are not evil, they are not good, they are simply beyond us. For a century, we've only had words to describe them. They were called unimaginable, indescribable, until now. Using the engine of artificial intelligence, we are going to attempt the impossible. We are going to visualize the things that we were never meant to see. Welcome to true cosmic horror.
To understand this fear, you first have to understand the man who was its perfect antenna, Howard Phillips Lovecraft. He wasn't just a writer living in Providence, Rhode Island. He was a sensitive instrument, tuned to a frequency of cosmic dread that most of us are thankfully deaf to. He looked up at the same night sky as everyone else, but while they saw romance and divine order, he saw a terrifying, empty stage. And he realized that true horror wasn't about good versus evil. It wasn't about demons or ghosts who cared enough to torment us. No, Lovecraft's idea, the one that created a whole new genre, was what we now call cosmic horror. It's the chilling realization that humanity is nothing, a cosmic accident, an ant scurrying across a vast, complex highway, completely unaware of the giant, speeding trucks that are the real forces of the universe. Those forces aren't evil. They just don't care that you exist. And the true madness comes from the moment the ant looks up and finally understands how small it really is. Lovecraft didn't write stories about saving the world. He wrote stories about the terrible, liberating truth that the world was never important enough to save in the first place. And nowhere is this idea given more form than in the dreaming, sunken city of R'lyeh, where his most famous creation waits. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a city of maddening angles and non-Euclidean geometry that would drive a mathematician insane, lies Cthulhu. Don't make the mistake of calling him a god. In the grand scheme of things, he is merely the high priest of beings far older and far worse. For untold eons, he has been in a death-like sleep, but he is not truly dead. He waits, and as he waits, he dreams. And his dreams are powerful. They are psychic shockwaves that ripple out from his sunken tomb, touching the minds of the sensitive, the artistic, the unstable. They inspire fanatical cults in the swamps of Louisiana and the mountains of China who chant his name in guttural whispers. The few who have glimpsed him in their nightmares and survived with their sanity intact describe a creature that defies terrestrial biology, a mountainous, vaguely humanoid form with a pulpy, tentacled head. Its body is a grotesque parody of life, scaly, rubbery, and bloated. It has prodigious claws on its hands and feet, and long, narrow bat-like wings on its back. It is a blasphemous fusion of octopus, dragon, and human caricature, a walking cosmic nightmare. And with AI, we can finally give that nightmare a face. We can render the impossible city of R'lyeh, and we can visualize the sheer, mind-breaking scale of the creature that calls it home. We can show you the moment the stars are right and the great priest begins to stir.
But Lovecraft knew that horror doesn't always have a face. Sometimes it's far more terrifying when it doesn't. Sometimes it's just a concept, a wrongness. Imagine a meteorite that crashes on a family farm. Not unusual, but this meteorite holds something inside it. Not a creature, not an alien, just a color. A color that doesn't exist in our spectrum. It has no name. It behaves like a liquid, but it isn't one. It is a living poison from the stars. At first, things on the farm seem blessed. The fruit in the orchard grows to an unnatural size, glowing with a faint internal light. But when you bite into it, it tastes of ash. The animals begin to change, their bodies twisting into shapes they were never meant to hold. The family, the gardeners, begin to lose their minds, not from a monster, but from simple exposure to something so fundamentally alien that it unravels their reality. The color isn't evil. It doesn't want anything. It's just existing. And its very existence is a contamination. It slowly drains the life and color from everything it touches, turning the vibrant farm into a blasted heath, a sterile, gray wasteland of brittle, crumbling dust. The horror of the color is its indifference. It's the ultimate proof that the universe contains concepts so alien that our world would simply break in their presence.
So, we have a sleeping god dreaming in the sea, a living color that poisons the land, ancient alien scientists who built cities at the dawn of time. It's easy to look at these as separate stories, isolated nightmares. How our human minds try to categorize them, to put them in boxes labeled monster or god or alien. We do this because the alternative, the truth, is so much worse. The truth is that these beings are not the main characters of the story. They are not the gods on the cosmic stage. They are the background players, the footnotes in a book written in a language of pure madness. Cthulhu, for all his might, is just a priest. The elder things, for all their wisdom, were just colonists. And they are all terrified of what lies at the true center of reality. This is the ultimate secret, the final silent canon that once learned can never be unlearned. The horrifying revelation is this: our universe is a mistake, a cosmic accident. And at the heart of it all, at the center of the churning, boundless chaos of infinity, sits the thing that Lovecraft called Azathoth. He is not a king on a throne. He is not a conscious entity you can bargain with or fight. He is the blind, idiot God, a mindless, bubbling force of pure creation and destruction, sitting on a cosmic throne of pure chaos. He is the engine of reality, with no driver. And he is dreaming. Our entire universe, every star, every galaxy, every action, every thought you've ever had, is nothing more than a fleeting dream in the mind of a sleeping, idiot god. And there are other beings, the outer gods, who float around him, eternally playing a thin, maddening melody on grotesque flutes. They do this for one reason: to keep him asleep. Because if the music ever stops, if Azathoth ever wakes up, it's not a battle. It's not an apocalypse. The dream simply ends. Reality blinks out of existence as if it were never there. This is the ultimate cosmic horror. The horror is not that we are in danger. The horror is that nothing we do matters. Our struggles, our triumphs, our loves, our wars,
They are all just phantom ripples in the dream of a mindless god. And this is the source of true madness in Lovecraft stories. The characters who go insane aren't cursed by magic. Their minds are shattered by the sheer scale of this truth. It is the logical, inevitable result of a finite human brain trying to comprehend the infinite and the meaningless. The human mind is not built to understand its own utter insignificance, and when it's forced to, it breaks. The cultists who worship these beings are not evil. They are simply the ones who have seen this truth and have come to the only conclusion they can. If nothing matters, then the only sane thing to do is to embrace the chaos and maybe, just maybe, help stop the music.
Lovecraft's universe presents us with a paradox. The human spirit craves knowledge. We are explorers by our very nature. We chart the unknown. We push into the dark. We look behind the curtain because we feel we have to know. It's our greatest strength. But his stories whisper a terrible warning, that some curtains are there for a reason, that some knowledge doesn't make you enlightened or powerful. It only shows you how fragile and insignificant you've always been. It offers the truth at the cost of your peace of mind forever. And so it leaves us with the oldest question of all. Is ignorance truly bliss? If you found a book sitting on this table, a silent canon, containing all of these terrible, liberating truths about our real place in the cosmos, would you dare to open it? Let me know your answer in the comments. Be honest. Would you open the book?